On a very special day, yes, today is World Environment Day. I have a very special guest on the show, and he is the bicycle mayor of Nama Bengaluru, Mr. Satya Sankaran. Welcome to IndigoMusic.com once again.
Nice to be on your show, Rohit. Thanks for having me on.
Now, just 2 days before we had World Bicycle Day, Mr. Satya, how did you celebrate World Bicycle Day?
So we had a bunch of fun activities. So we wanted to make World Bicycle Day very meaningful for the people of Bengaluru. So we started off with a ride in the morning with the Bengaluru Smart Cities. We wanted to create more slow streets in the city, right? So we have a lot of streets where cycle lanes are coming up, but chances are 80% of the local streets where you and I live probably will not get a cycle lane because they're narrow, but you should still be able to cycle out of your door. So what does that mean? You need to have it to be safe. And the only way to be safe is if the traffic goes slower and takes care of you. So we want to create a concept of slow streets where people go slower. Not that they don't know that it is slow, but we need to make it aware that please go slow. There are going to be cyclists and people walking in the street. Right. So the concept of slow streets is being launched. That's a program we have launched it today. We also launched a new and revamped Cycle to Work with community features and other things. So you can go to cycle2.work. If you are cycling to work every day, you can log your miles there. It tells you how much petrol you have saved. It tells you how much carbon dioxide emissions you have saved. You can calculate your carbon footprints and how much you're saving, right? And this can be a huge motivation, and you can put your company up on the leaderboard. So that has been launched as well. So it's been an exciting day. The World Bicycle Day was.
Right. So now I just have a quick doubt about the slow street. Especially for someone, let's say, who's traveling by a car on a slow street, if they speed there, is there going to be any fine, or is there going to be any other police going to be there? How is it going to work, sir?
So it will take a little longer to get to that point. First thing is to get people accustomed to understanding that when cyclists and walkers are there, you need to go slow. They normally do, but there are people you don't notice, right? You need to start noticing that there are cyclists on the road. Most of the times you don't know that, and you end up going faster. So the first thing is to make it aware that there are going to be cyclists on this road. It's a special road, so more people are going to be cycling on this road. So creating awareness in the people's mind and working with the mind first is very important. Give it enough time for people to understand and recognize the symbols. There are going to be new symbols on the street which people don't know what it is. It's not Rangoli on the streets, right? It means something. So getting all that done and we are also launching a 3C program, which is cycle commute certification, which actually tells people how to ride on the road and things like that. So there are a slew of activities we launched on the World Bicycle Day, which can take our city forward. Of course, infrastructure plays a big part, and we will continue to push that. But slow streets are things that we already have. We should know how to use them, and we should start behaving appropriately. It's in our hands. You and I drive the vehicles. You and I drive the bicycle. It's in our hands. We can do this. We can do this.
Right. Now, sir, today is World Environment Day. Now, how big of a part is a bicycle when it comes to saving our environment?
Look, transportation is 50% of the cost of emissions in our city in Bengaluru. The recent source apportionment study said that, right? Half of our pollution is transport emissions, right? It's in your and my hands. We use personal vehicle, we make choices. Just replace short trips in your neighborhood. Don't try to look for a very congested road and say it is congested there, so I won't cycle here. Do the small trips, do your small activities, and see how you get along with it, and do that. So there's a huge component of transport, but environment is not just transport, right? It's your consumption. It's the stuff that you eat and spew out. It's the stuff that we consume, the things that we buy, right? Our wants are becoming bigger than our needs. How are you going to control these, right? You need to know how to control your wants and desires. You need to start looking at what does it take for me to survive on this planet and be responsible. My footprint is beyond transport. Transport is a huge part. Yeah. But there are other things. How much food you waste, how much stuff you consume, how much you spew back out. How do you manage that waste? Are you giving it responsibly? Do you know where your waste goes? Are you able to control that? Are you able to give it to people who can use it responsibly? We are not making those choices. We just dump solid wet and we are done with it. We don't know where it goes. 70% of them are ending in landfills. Right. And this is all a part of the climate change. Behave responsibly, consume responsibly, travel responsibly. This should be the mantra for our planet and our personal, journey.
Right. So now, how are you celebrating World Environment Day?
So we are going to be doing a lot of activities on World Environment Day. Most of my activities revolve around waste and transportation related.
Right.
So we're going to continue to work with many smart cities on rolling out the Cycle to Work program. We are working with the Directorate of Urban Land Transport to roll out the Slow Streets program and the Bangalore Smart City. We are going to look at waste management and consumption as a huge portion of our campaign to educate ourselves. We all know this. We all know what to do, but we don't know why we are not doing it.
Right.
How to break the habits, how to start small and break the habits. So consumption and thoughts about consumption are going to be majorly on our minds, and that's how I'll be spending my time.
Right. Mr. Satya, thank you so much for connecting. Once again, wishing you belated happy World Bicycle Day and happy World Environment Day. And it was great talking to you, sir.
Thanks for having me on, Rohit. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.